Ruben.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, welcome to another very exciting episode of Afro Scientific Spirituality. And my name is Evan West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you're highly welcome. This is the place for separating facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and of course, the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be hosting my very good friend, the one and only Ruben Farley of Switzerland. And we are going to be talking about some very real issues affecting us in the world today. Uh, Recently, just this weekend, the United Nations had a motion moved by the Ghanaian president to classify the transatlantic slave trade as a crime against humanity. And to the shock and utmost surprise of the good people of the world, especially Africa, Israel, United States, and Argentina voted against this resolution. In other words, these three countries didn't see the transatlantic slave trade as a crime against humanity. They didn't see it as the worst form of crime that have happened against humanity in the world. They voted that it's not a crime. Then all the European countries abstained from voting. Then what we see here is very shocking. So I want us to talk about this issue, especially the role that Israel played in this voting, because Israel is supposed to be like the people that they were formerly enslaved them themselves by Hitler, and they have this thing they talk about, the Holocaust, where they claim that 6 million Jews were unalived in concentration camps all over Europe under the rulership of Adolf Hitler, and they suffered tremendously and they experienced slavery, massacres. They were almost genocided to extinction. So, if, in my own view, if anybody should relate with the slave trade, which was far worse, it has been documented in history as the worst form of human abuse in the history. If anybody should identify or facilitate with us, with Africans, it should be people that have experienced this kind of things, people that have shared pain, trauma, agony. It should be Israel, because in their history, they seem to have experienced the same thing. And not only this, Hitler, if you read their Bible, they claim that they were enslaved, according to their Bible, for 400 years in Egypt by Pharaoh. This is the story they have been pushing, that they were enslaved by, that the Egyptians were very wicked people. They used them as slaves. So they have experienced, it's not today, they have been experiencing oppression and slavery. This is a story, their narrative, they are pushing to everybody. They have always been victims of oppression. Is this really true? And if they have been victims of oppression, then when they see something happening to African people, they should be able to identify that, yes, this is a bad thing. But instead, they said no. So why should Israel take this stance, and they are not explaining, they have not come out to explain the reason for taking this decision? They just voted against it. So they shocked to most of Africans were surprised. What? If people voted no to this, are you not aware? So this is a story I want us to talk about today. So I will be asking you, Mr. Ruben, what do you think about this?
Well, good morning for having me on the show, on the program this morning, Grand Rise and Alpha.
Yeah.
Well, it's nothing, so I would say it's nothing, it was nothing shocking when you saw it. It was shocking about Argentina, because I didn't really know Argentina was so racist, that's for sure. So I had to look that up for myself. But America and Israel, for sure, that wasn't no shocking for me. And Israel, America wasn't no shocker, but Israel was more like, okay, it wasn't no shocker. And then it was like Israel itself, you look at the history of Israel, and just like what you were saying, that there are Bible stories that they was in slavery and they left Egypt for the promised land. But like when
Mm-hmm.
you look at everything on a whole, right? On a whole, it's like you already know that these people been doing this for many of years. They done design this. It's something what these people already designed. So the same book what they wrote all kind of lies, took our thing, rewrote it in a kind of way. And the way how they rewrote it, they self-initiated and doing things, making it seems that, oh, for the dumb people, oh, this is a prophecy of the Bible. And at this moment, why they are doing these type of things is because they are fully engaged in the ideology. That's what's going on. So America and Israel will never say at that moment of time, in this moment of time, will never come out and say, well, okay, we recognize slavery as the biggest crime against humanity. No, because they're right now pushing their ideology of revelations. They're pushing the ideology of, you got ideology out there right now that President Trump, that Trump is the Messiah. He's the anointed one. Yeah, they send him to initiate couple things that the return of Christ. This is the type of ideology they push within the military. So at this moment, they will never say these type of things behind closed doors. They know the truth, but they will never say the truth. If I could say it like that, especially about slavery, because just something about slavery, they just can't. It's just something about slavery they just cannot say. It's just something like a agreement, like those contract agreements. Sometimes we have
Mm-hmm.
them kind of contracts with kind of agreements within, like silence. It's just something against slavery, against Africa itself. And where it concerns the biggest players, then we know who's the biggest players in slavery time. That was them. And those who was the biggest players is those who seem to say no. And the other bigger players is the ones them who say, well, we're gonna abstain. No, not no or yes, but we abstain. And that was Europe. The 52 other ones was Europe. So there again, they're just showing us already how they thinking for sure. And Israel again, don't forget, Israel just came about since 1948. Before that, Israel wasn't himself on the map. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
land was there, but Israel wasn't nowhere. I mean, Israel came about after 1948. Israel, all that land was Palestine land, Palestine,
Mm-hmm.
and before Palestine itself, if you want to say it was Africa. Now,
Yes.
if you're looking in history, or you're looking in their history, they calling that land before Palestine, Canaan, Judea, and these type of names. That's what they were calling that part of the land. And even that land was Palestine land. Even if you're coming up in the last 100 years, it was the land of Palestine. So how come after 1948 this thing came about? So and right now Israel is like one of the major players on the board, leading by one of the top criminals, Netanyahu. How much years Netanyahu don't have to be in jail? Since 2002, 20, I mean, since 2020. And since 2020, may I say, Netanyahu just causing war all over the place. If he ain't cause it in Palestine, then it's in Gaza, that's what he's doing straight since 2020. Netanyahu. Because all the time he's doing fraud. And the fraud what he's doing, yeah, he have to leave his position, but he just doing this all the time to stay in power. Netanyahu. I've been watching him for a couple of years.
Exactly.
Couple of years. Yeah.
That is what I also discovered about them as well. These they are old on the land of Palestine.
Mm.
That how did they go to that land? They say that according to their Bible story, they used to live in that area before, and I don't know what happened. I don't even know where they say their God gave them the land as their promised land, gave them Palestine. For what we know in history, the Palestinian land have always been a place that was inhabited by ancient African people. There is this book written about the title "The Destruction of the Black Civilization" by William Chancellor. In the book, it traces the history of Africa, how the slave trade started, pre-colonial Africa. I believe he made mention about that area called Palestine today, whereby it was on record that before the Palestinians even got there, there were Africans that were living that place. And when the Palestinians got there, some people went to those Palestinians to tell them, we were the people that were living here before. And the Palestinians really acknowledged, yes, some people were here before we got here, but they also kind of displaced those people. This should be history, maybe on 500 to 1,000 year history before the Palestinians got there. But the main fact of the matter is that the Palestinians have been living in that place for the last 500 years or so, before Israel was not even in existence. Now, Israel people claim that their God gave them. There's no evidence to prove that this God gave them that land as their promised land. We can't find that anywhere. And if you even check ancient history, they claim that they were in Egypt as slaves. When we check the Kemetic history, we could not find them as slaves. They claim that they were the ones that built ancient Egypt. They were under serious persecution. When we check ancient African history, the Kemetics, we find out that the ancient Kemetic people, they were Africans. They are not, and they didn't use to build their kingdom. They were people that were highly skilled in all kind of modern
craftsmanship
subjects, as in masonry, architecture, philosophy, logic. The ancient Kemetic, the cradle of kind of the central piece of the cradle of civilization in Africa. And the Jews were not enslaved in ancient Egypt. They didn't even mention the pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, was built around by King Dozia or something like that. They were not even around when the pyramid was built. The Jews never built the pyramid. They were not used as slaves. There have been scientific archaeological evidence that it was not slave that built that pyramid. Slave cannot have the mental capacity to do that. This is the biggest man-made monument in the world. And it was not even mentioned in the Bible. In the old Bible, not once was it mentioned in anywhere in the Old Testament. Meaning these people have no idea that that kind of thing was even built in ancient Egypt. I'm not even sure they were even there. I don't think they were even there.
For real.
So, story that we are saying that we were enslaved in ancient Africa, it was just a big white lie or a big Jewish lie. They were never enslaved in ancient Africa. I beg to differ because there's no scientific evidence to prove that
You make a
they
good
were
point.
enslaved. And
You make a good point because they would have put it in the Bible, the pyramid.
they would have put it in the Bible about the wonders. Everybody, if you see, even till now, the temples that were there were still in history. Nobody will come to Egypt, and the Greeks that came to study as students in ancient Egypt, there was a lot of writings from all their philosophers, the recording of what they saw, what they experienced, what they learned in ancient Egypt. They have this. It was the knowledge the Greeks got from ancient Egypt that they used to build Europe. Till tomorrow, Europe we call that Greece was the cradle of civilization in Europe. How did they call Greece the origin of civilization? They still teach this lie today in all the schools that civilization started in Greece. How did Greece get this knowledge? They got it from Africa, especially the so-called ancient Egypt, which we used to call Kemets. Were the Greek enslaved in ancient Egypt? They were not enslaved. They were taught. They were never enslaved. So if Greece spend a lot of time, all their philosophers from Herodotus, Pythagoras, Socrates, Strabo, and all the big Greek names, all of them studied in ancient, and none of them was enslaved. Why would the Jews be singled out to be enslaved by the ancient Egyptians? Does it make sense?
It don't make no sense.
Does it make sense? I
No.
wonder.
Yeah.
So these people, it's
Yeah.
like they are chronic liars.
Yes,
Let's just
exactly.
habitual psychopathic liars. They were never enslaved. And to be honest, they were never there.
And they were never there.
And even if they were there, according to our story, there's this book, Spiritual Warriors Are Healers by Mifindushi Karatinos. That book contains Kemetic history before Jesus Christ. Well documented. Very good book. The Greeks came to study as students in Africa. There was no record of the Jews, and the people that we have the people called the forefathers of these so-called Jews are akin to what the Kemetic people called shepherd kings. These are nomadic tribes that were walking around, carrying those people that move with animals from point to point with their farm animals like goat, sheep, and they look for grazing. We can trace those people to be the ancestors of these Jews if we want to trace their origin. And those people came, they were still not enslaved. You know where some people will migrate to somewhere due to their low level of things, they will have no place in the community except to be doing menial jobs.
Yeah.
Menial jobs like whatever, little kind of things.
Whatever job. Low job.
Farming, polishing of shoes, cleaners, house help, those kind of low-level jobs. Because they don't have the capacity. They don't have the training to do high-level stuff. They don't have the capacity. If they were ever there, they will come to Kemet in this capacity just to hang around and learn some things. African civilization was already top-notch. Kemetic civilization was already full-fledged. They have had about 4 kind of
fully active
golden age and dynasties already before so-called ancestors of the Jews got aware of ancient Egypt and get access to it. So they played no role.
You know what in a scholar? You know what in a scholar? Our golden era, they just call it prehistoric.
Prehistoric era.
Kemet times, prehistoric. And from their times, is history started. You know that? That's how they teach it in the curriculum. I never know about the temples and not all of those things till 5 years ago. It's crazy.
There's no mention in the Bible of any of these numerous temples that they have in ancient Egypt. We have Temple of Karnak, which was the biggest temple in the world. All these temples are built like university. We have Temple of Dendel, Khufu, Temple of Amen. All the gods have temples, and these temples were built like universities where people go to study. None of these temples were mentioned in their so-called Bible. I'm sure they will not even be admitted into any of these places. So ancient Egypt was already up and running before the Jews discovered ancient Egypt, before the ancestors of the Jews discovered this place. So I will beg to differ. They were never enslaved. That story, they were writing in their Bible that they were enslaved, is to discredit the legacy of the ancient Kemetic people in the Bible, that they were evil and wicked people. The story of Pharaoh that want to kill them, chase them, and their God parted the Red Sea or whatever sea that they walk through on bare land, and at the end of their clothes, you see all those stories are all cock and bull lies just to save them. There was a pillar of cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night. They were so holy, they were so good. Their God had to come down, that the pharaohs were very wicked. All these are bloody lies.
Yeah, of course.
If their God loved them so much and did all those miracles to protect them from extinction in the time, why is their God not doing all those miracles today? Is the God asleep or the God travel? Because now apparently they are fighting a war with Iran. And they have been fighting various wars with their neighbors in the time past. This very God that they claim is so powerful that was doing all these things, we don't see the God. Rather, what we see is Israel using modern day weapons to attack and intimidate their neighbors. We see this with the help of America, which they have not come to classify themselves that yes, they are apartheid states. America is proud to identify as an apartheid state with Israel. So I am coming to this. I have come to discover that in modern times, most of the things that the Israelis said about ancient Africa were lies. Sorry to say this, but they are still balanced lies. And even now, it is still lots of lies that Iran is threatening them. They are fighting some sort of self-preservation. What I see Israel doing is trying to expand itself by destroying its neighbors, by taking other people's lands. We have seen how they have squeezed the Palestinians into a place called the West Bank. They are taking land from them every day. They have caged the other part of Palestine into Gaza, which they have turned into a living hell for the people right now. We see how they have been taking land from Lebanon, from Jordan, from Syria. They keep oppressing their neighbors and acquiring their land and kind of expanding. This is not good in real time. This is stealing.
Yes, of
If
course.
this is the if this is how their God works, that means their God is a thief. Sorry
Of
to say
course.
this.
But like that, he don't walk. He ain't like that, he
Mm-hmm.
does walk. He like that, he does walk. Let me put devil to
Yeah,
shame talk. Like that, he does walk. How he does walk?
yeah. And
Ah.
it is not today that these Israel people have this character. They have this. They have been doing this for a very long time, lying, and at the same time claiming victim. They have been lying and claiming victims. And when you tell them you people are lying, they will quickly accuse the person of anti-Semitism.
Mm.
They will quickly accuse the person that is saying these things of hate. I'm
Yeah.
sure that we say this anti-Semitic hate crime. This person hate us. Okay, look at African people now. African people suffered. Everybody know this transatlantic slave trade. It was the gravest, most heaviest crime against black people. We see what happened in Congo alone. Emperor Leopold, King Leopold of Congo, killed from 12 to 15 million Africans in Congo. This is recorded history.
Hmm.
Is it not more than the so-called 6 million Jews that they say Adolf Hitler killed? Only just one country, 12 to 15 million people was exterminated by King Leopold. It is on record. People were shot, pieces were massacred all over the place. Is it not the atrocity that was done by
Uh,
Belgium to Congo? Is it not more than what happened to the Jews alone? Just one country in
yeah.
Africa. Let's
That's
look about the genocides that also happened in South Africa
huh.
by the Dutch people against the
Yep.
South African people.
Yep.
More than another 12 million South Africans were killed just because of their diamonds. Is that not worse than the genocide in that is claimed that were done to them? So they
Uh,
cannot compare. If they say they want to
yeah.
compare, they cannot compare that
Yeah.
African genocide does not amount to what happened to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Statistically,
Yeah.
on a scale, it is not the same.
Yeah.
What happened to us was far worse than whatever Hitler did to them. So
Yep. Yep.
the
Yep.
Ghana
Yep.
president was very right to say the transatlantic slave trade was the gravest crime
Yeah.
against humanity in history. He has a solid point because what happened to us, no other race have passed through this kind of thing. They should rate it as the most gravest serious crime. For Israel to vote against this is shocking. And it's not so shocking to me because I have a bombshell. When I did research into the history of Israelis, of Jews regarding the slave trade, I was able to discover that the Jews were heavily involved in the
Yeah.
transatlantic slave trades. They were
Uh,
very, very involved. If you did research, I have records that I'll be posting under this video. Most of the merchant ships that were used to take people to America were owned by Jews. This will shock you, right? Yes,
oh, I
Jews
thought.
own most of these ships. And
I
the
thought it was
records
the
are all over
English.
the internet.
I thought it was the
Eh?
British. I thought it was the British. The ships was belonging to
British
the
were
British.
doing it, and the ships, the merchant ships that used to enslave the people, were owned by Jews. Yes, we
So
have
me,
dates, we have times.
like
You just have to Google Jewish slave trades.
all of them was
There's a book.
complicit. All of them was partnership. This was a partnership.
Yes, there
It
were
was a
part and part of the slave trade,
joint
joint
partnership.
partnership between
Yeah,
the bourgeoisies in Israel and the bourgeoisies in America. Most of the ships were owned by Jewish people, and it was a business for them, buying ships, enslaving people, buying and they're selling.
yeah,
There is this book written by the Nation of Islam in 1991, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews, published by the Nation of Islam. This book talked extensively about how the Jews were heavily engaged in the transatlantic slave trades. It was a book that they wrote in 1991. It came out to illustrate them. Lots of books were written, not only this one, but this one really go to show you how the Jews were actively they actively participated in selling black people, catching black people. They were one of the best. I will come to that. There's another book called Documents Illustrative of the History of Slave Trade to America by Elizabeth Dominic. This one was written in the Institute of Technology, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A documented slave trade from 1930 to 1935. A lot of Jews were indicted in that very book. There are lots of people that document this of how the Jews was fully involved in transatlantic slave trade. Another book again, Jews and the American Slave Trade. Samuel N. Goldstein talked about the Jews' involvement in the transatlantic slave trade. So the Jews, they were not innocent.
hmm,
Many people don't know that they actively engage in slave trade. And if people know this, wow, they will take another look at these Jewish
yeah,
people, and we have to pay
yeah.
restitution. And they don't want to pay this money, so they have to stand against it. Another book again, Jewish Slave Traders by Abu Braid the Brentane, the Jews, slavery and slave trade through centuries. Somebody else wrote this. Jewish people were heavily
But
involved.
Germany paid Israel for the Holocaust.
Yes, they collected reparations. Of course, they will collect reparations, but they don't want to pay African people.
Okay.
Can you imagine? They don't want to pay African people, and they want to just speak. Jews, they are very, very crafty with money. They love money so much,
Yeah.
and they don't want to part, so they will vote against it. They will vote against it. Online, there are so many informations on I discovered about these people that in this very book, documents illustrative of the history of slave trade to America. So many ships. There were some major ships, about 10 of them, owned by Jews. These are ships that were slave trading ships. The names of the ship, the owners of the ships, were written in this book. They were all owned by Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jews, they were active participants in transatlantic slave trade. They owned most of the merchant ships that were using to transport Africans, enslaved, kidnap Africans to America.
Hmm.
The names of the ships are there with the owners inside this book. So it was a well-known fact. In fact, they know this.
Hmm.
They know this for themselves. So they were very, very involved in the American slave trade. They are not innocent. So for these people to say that, we were enslaved too, no African person have enslaved any Jewish person in the time past. They are just lies. The real enslavers are the Jewish people. And they know this. So they have been in connivement with America for a very long time. And the fact is there. So if they said, yes, this is the wrong thing, they must be held responsible. A lot of the restitution we have to come from these owners of those ships. And they know this for a fact. So they will not agree. They are going to stand their ground. They will going to lie. They will not agree that this is a crime. They are the ones that committed this crime. They are the ones that committed it. And even in their own articles, there's this uh, article, jewishcurrents.org. This was posted on April 12th, 2013. There are some popular slave traders. Let me read a little article, little portion from this. Jewish slave trading brothers Ashley, Benjamin, George, and Solomon Davis advertised the sale of 60 likely virginal Negroes in the Columbus Enquirer on this date in 1838. Their list include house servants, field hands, blue boys, burghers, cook, washers, ironers, and 3 first-rate seamstresses. The Davis were mentioned in Harriet Beecher's Stroll, A Key to Uncle Tom's Cabin, where they were described as great slave traders. I repeat again, great slave traders. They are Jews who came to that place many years ago as poor peddlers. These men are always in the market giving the highest price for slaves. During the summer and fall, they buy them up at low price, trim, shave, and wash them, fatten them so that they may look sleek, and sell them to great profits. Can you imagine this? This is what Jews were doing in America. They were great slave traders. Buy them very cheap and sell them very high. This is what they were doing. Can you imagine these people? Can you imagine?
Eh,
So
so it's like they was juggling with humanity like it sounds like they were juggling, they was hustling with humanity. Like
the commodity for them. So it's
yeah,
just business for them.
yeah, yeah,
Business, nothing
yeah,
personal, making profits,
yeah,
as much
yeah,
profit as possible.
yeah, yeah,
So this is very sad.
yeah, for
There
real.
are lots of information if you do the research about Jews selling, involving in transatlantic slave trade. Anywhere to make a quick buck, they are always there, but they try to downplay this. So
Hmm.
when we did coming up of this revolution, I am not surprised that the Jews voted against the resolution because they played a very crucial major part in the transatlantic. They made money. Many of them became millionaires. They became very wealthy from the human trade by trading Africans. So these people, they are not really good people. And at the same time, they're still pushing their religion, claiming themselves victims of Hitler, victims the Holocaust. They actively participated in the Holocaust of African people. So are you sure? It begs to differ. If I'm not questioning if the claim they say Jews, Hitler killed 6 million. How do they have the record? Is it really up to 6 million? Because apparently it's clear that these people lie a lot. They lie a lot. So I don't think Hitler killed up to 6 million Jews. If we really go into history, maybe it will not be even be more than 2 million, if it's even much. So these people, I doubt many things that they say. And besides, what is happening now with their history, there seems to be the one always oppressing people, taking people's things. Their God give them message. If you read the Bible, go to other people's land, they are sinners, take their property, kill the men, take the women,
Yep,
take their land.
yep,
This kind of God that
yep,
they have is a
yep,
genocidal
yep.
God, always taking other people's
It's no
things.
Manhattan, no. It's
So
not the
these
rules of
people,
Manhattan. No balance. Out of balance.
so I'm surprised. I'm
Mm.
surprised. I'm not. I will say I'm surprised, and also I'm not also surprised too, because what we see with their history, what they do apparently is different, and what they say is apparently is different.
Different. Yeah. Everything is different.
Everything is different about them. Oh. They
Yeah.
keep claiming victims, victims. Anytime they are not, they don't hesitate to shout the Holocaust in your face. Holocaust. Oh, we were a slave. We were abused. Hitler did this. It will never happen. But see what they are doing to their neighbors. Okay,
Mm.
right now, see how Gaza is now. Gaza is like an open air prison. I see it every day on Al Jazeera. What is the crime of these people that they came? They have been oppressing these people. Most people see the Palestinians as freedom fighters, people fighting for their land that were stolen by Israel. This is where I see them. What is Israel doing to these people? Is it not almost the same thing they claim that we did to them by Adolf Hitler? Gaza is an open air prison. I wonder how those people live there. And
Yeah.
recently, they just voted for the execution of Palestinian prisoners fund to maybe attack Israelis. So they'll be killing them legally now. Their parliament just passed that. So what we see there is a physical extermination
Yep.
for these people. But let's leave that for the Arab world. What concerns me is this slave trade, transatlantic slave trade that they voted no against. Now, for America, voting against this, we all know the mental capacity of Donald Trump. He has the intelligence of a 8 years old kid in a candy store, have these weapons at hand, can do anything he wants, attacking Iran. For him, I see it as somebody that, he will never apologize for Africans being enslaved. He himself is a racist on his own.
Of
We know
course.
that.
Of course.
Trump is a president of opportunists. So I would not surprise. America don't want to take responsibility, but in the future, they will acknowledge this. In the future, I know that they will change. When a better president comes into power, they will want to make amends. America was built on the enslavement of African people, especially through the transatlantic slave trade.
Of course.
It was
Of course.
Africans that built the sweat and the blood of over 100 million Africans were taken. The Native Americans too, many of them were also genocided. The people we call Red Indians today, they are not up to maybe 5% of American population. We see all this inside the history of America.
Of
It's
course.
something that they can't deny.
Mm.
Only a sane person will want to deny this hard evidence that transatlantic slave trade did not happen, that the African people don't deserve reparations or apology. For them to keep holding this is to continue to not want to bring peace or closure to the issue. And we should keep talking about this issue because a grave injustice happened to African people, and we are still affected by this today. This is a direct result of most of the poverty we have in Africa. The transatlantic slave trade, the British only stole humans, families were separated, they stole artifacts, they stole jewelries, they stole our natural resources. There's anything they can carry, even dead bodies, they took them.
Mommy itself.
Africa
Everything.
was looted.
Yeah.
Was looted to the barest minimum.
Yeah.
This as transatlantic slave trade is directly responsible for the poverty and backwardness Africa is facing today.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what I like what a man do.
It's because of this transatlantic slave trade.
And that's what the reparations
the
about.
evil.
The reparation ain't only for the
Yes.
money. The reparation is like bring back the artifacts, bring back all the stolen
It's about
knowledge,
restoring our
restore.
cultural artifacts.
Exactly.
It's about connecting, try to reconnect back the families, try to trace back families that have been connections that have been broken. It's about repairing and healing.
Yep.
It's about so many things. It's about the Western world giving up a huge portion of the wealth that they have stolen, giving it back to the people that they took it from. It goes a long way to restore the dignity, the pride of the African people. So for somebody to do this thing to you and they're still benefiting from it today, and to say that no, we didn't do anything bad, it proves that the person does not really have you at heart. The person is your enemy. The person does not like you. It's clear like that. It doesn't respect you.
No, for sure.
So this position taken by Israel, I feel very ashamed for them because I don't expect anything more. I've seen their character. That these people will do anything for money.
Of course.
It is obvious. that they will do anything for money. So, and they played a crucial role in enslaving Africans, and they are also interested in enslaving Africans till tomorrow.
Of course.
The
Once
way they do
again.
their business, the way they operate, it's all
Mm-hmm.
about taking things from people.
Mm-hmm.
Always taking, never giving. This is the way, and they believe that they are justified by living their life this way. So, this is what I discovered about them. A lot of people don't know them. The main problem we have is people that are practicing their religion. By a lot of millions of Christians still practicing the religion of the Jews, being Christians is like, and you see your own African people still saying that the Jews are the best people in the world. They are the people of God. They are
Mm-hmm.
God's own people. Governments pay money, use government money in Nigeria every year to do pilgrimage to go to Israel. It's like they are giving credibility to these evil people for saying, thank you for enslaving us. You did not enslave us well enough. We are grateful that you enslave us. We are grateful that you bring this Bible, you bring this religion. If not for you, we will be nobody. We keep thanking them every day for enslaving us.
So, but this
So
thing we
how will
are
these
talk,
people?
this thing we are
Mhm.
talk about this African people is the ultimate rules there. I get it. These days I understand it more way to say no. I understand I understand it more way to talk about these certain black people who is like stuck illiterates. And when you say
Can
stuck
you imagine?
illiterates, now I understand what you're talking about. Some African people is that you can't even self it just look, don't even waste your time. The mental capacity, I don't even know, you can't even say trauma. I just say this is just witchcraft self. This is when I don't know. If my mind is not working, if I watch something on these type of people, I might either be like either sometimes it get last night I was in a vibes like that, like quiet, just like asking myself sometimes it's like you gotta isolate yourself from people because I was realizing what you're saying. Some people it's like hey, like it's like a computer. It's like a computer. You do the screen like you got your screen like so the computer is like a like the computer ain't off, but it got like on a sleep. It like still. So the screen black.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like how you come to sit down and
Yeah,
you touch your screen, but the screen is not going on. That's how these people brain is, you know.
exactly.
You know what I mean? You're touching the keyboard, but the screen
It's
is
not
not
moving.
coming on.
It's
and the
not
screen
coming on.
and the screen is the brain.
Like brain dead. It's that sort of thing. They are brain dead. A lot of
Huh?
Africans are in commercial in this way.
You know,
The
can I mean?
religion, they
Yeah.
use the religion to smoothen the effect of the enslavements.
Yeah.
Yes, now don't worry. Oh, you will go to heaven. We're helping you. We're showing you the light. We're showing you the way. Is it not the same? The missionaries that brought this when they were doing their missionary work in Africa during colonial time, were the missionaries not seeing that Africans were being kidnapped and sold? They kept quiet, right?
Yeah.
Same time the missionary work was going on, they said they're bringing their Christian. Are they not the same missionaries that were catching Africans and selling them abroad? Were they not
Yeah.
seeing,
Yeah.
witnessing that, oh, Africans are being sold, are being
Yeah.
kidnapped and sold in slave ships?
Yeah.
It's the same people that at the same time Christianity, there was one meme I saw. Christianity and colonization happened the same time. As they
Mm.
brought the Bible inside the same ship, they dumped the Bible. They were also catching people with the same ship and sending back to their country, sending back to America. Christianity happened exactly the same time. Really, the same
Exactly.
missionaries, they came with bombs, bullets,
Yeah.
and the Bible,
Yeah.
BBB,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Sure. It's the same people that did all these things.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
cannot say I'm preaching in a place and they are catching people and selling them into slavery. And at the same time, you still preaching. If you are a good missionary, are you not going to stop preaching and stop the kidnapping of people and selling? So
That
the our people that believe this stuff,
that
we have been trying to tell them.
that's the ideology they come and they push talk that we taking out to the new world talk, to the free world. That here ain't good.
Can you imagine?
What the things why you're doing, the practices evil. And that's how they come on them now. And that's what the thing go. A lot of evilness. But those evilness, they have to know. It's just like It's this cosmic energy out here, and these forces. They gotta know that these type of things will happen. I don't know if they know, but it's like a cosmic forces. No, it's cosmic forces and energies. These things that I self realized, no matter if it was in the sea, earth, bloodshed, whatever, the energy is still here. That's what the story hit me with all about sharing. Then you know, like what? That's that energy still here. Like what? Of course, the energy ain't gone nowhere. It's right here. There's in somebody again. That they're gonna rebut and come back again. It's right here. And that's why these people trying to keep the foot on our necks now. They know the power we have. I had this conversation late last night. That's how I end up going to sleep late. I had this conversation. They know the power what we have. They know the power we have. If we read the studies, and in the studies, when you look at the studies, be like, what? We have this, we have power, real power. And they know that. The black people, African people, right? But divided, they could rule. Because if you come together, chanting and different type of things and channeling these kind of energies, they know it's a problem. They know it's a problem. It happened in Haiti, right? They know.
They know. They know very well.
They
They
know
know.
very well.
That's why they're using this religion to
Yes.
destabilize us
Yes.
and to divide
Yes.
and rule.
Yes.
The Jews know all this. There's another book, Jews and the American Slave Trade, uncovering the hidden history of Jewish involvements in the transatlantic slave trade, written by Mary C. Ryan. This book talks about how the Jews were very, very complacent, how they were actively using their religion, pretending to come in as missionaries, preaching. They were the ones that introduced this religion as they are doing their slave trade. The Jews were using the religion as a weapon. As a weapon. They use this religion as a weapon to enslave our people,
Yep.
to destroy our people, to poison our culture, to divide us. They know that this religion is not, if it's a thing that will save black people, they will never give it to black people. Same way they hide their technology, they hide their resources. If this thing, they know that if this heaven is real, they will never share this heaven with us.
Never.
They know.
Never.
The religion was used as a weapon in the enslavement,
Mm-hmm.
direct enslavement of African people. And the Jews were very complacent in this.
Mm-hmm.
So many materials are written about this, are related to how they use the religion to enslave black people. Even in one of they send their scout in this write-up when Emperor Leopold sent the letter to one of his colonial masters in Congo. He tell them that these people, they are very strong spiritually. They are connected to the air. There's nothing you can give them. You have to break them. You have to go and destroy their spiritual system. That is the only way to enslave them, is to destroy their native spiritual system.
Mm-hmm. That's on
He
record.
wrote this in the letter. That letter is on the
You see?
internet circulating. Why they must attack the
You see?
spiritual system of African people. They must let the African
You
people
see?
see their spiritual system as inferior. They must let African people see their spiritual system as powerless. And they must introduce something that is better, telling them that you will go to heaven when you die, you will have all the good things, you will have all this. Just throw yours away, just follow us. Don't worry, you commit any crime, our God will forgive you. It doesn't matter what you do or what you have done before. As far as you follow us and do what we tell you, our God will forgive you. Our God is almighty, our God is all powerful. All these miracles you see
Yep.
in the Bible
Yep.
of their God doing this, it's all lies,
Oh,
cock
yeah,
and bull stories.
it's really what you said. It's really what
The
you said. Yeah.
quality is that people still believe these cock and bull stories still
Yeah.
today.
Not there, the stack illiterates. That's what I tried to say about. That's what I'm
And I
talking.
still tell these people, all those, if you say these people are so powerful, why don't we see those old miracles they wrote in the Bible? Why don't we see it happening now? Why don't we
Yeah.
see the angels coming down with fire? Why don't we see them parting the Red Sea? Why don't we see the angels of fire? All those lies you wrote that your God did this, your God did that. Why is it all those things happening now? It doesn't. It never happened before. It was all lies. People write down to deceive you, to blow your mind, to feel that their God is more powerful than yours. You have to open your eyes now. This is the reality. We are living in reality. Open your eyes and connect back African people, many of them are still spellbound.
Uh,
And some evil Africans have discovered that they can make money from religion.
I,
And they are
I,
using these lies to continue enslaving their people. This is the rise of the GEOs we have in place like
uh,
Nigerians, that the GEOs
uh,
that are so fleetingly rich,
uh, but
enslaving their own people with the religion.
but it's really just like it's really a sickness out in America, out in the Caribbean. It does got like a lot of people who just like the same how you're seeing them in Africa, they got them in America, they got them in the Caribbean. My mother is one of them, and they have them in America. They want to hear nothing. They
And
just like
all my family people, many of
they,
them are still enslaved. I see wondering, and the shocking thing, like my family, many of them are so-called educated itself. They went to these more universities. I will not say they are stark illiterate. They'll finish Nigerian universities. Most of the graduates we have in Nigeria, they are educated but still illiterate. They were miseducated, rather. I don't
yeah,
know.
rather,
Even
yeah,
me,
yeah,
I finished Nigerian university. I know nothing about African history, but deep in my spirit, I knew that something was wrong with all the things I was learning. I knew something was wrong, but I could not pinpoint any physical evidence until I discovered African history by myself. And I know, yes, this is the information I have been missing. This is the missing piece that are the questions I've been asking. None of these people can answer. I have not discovered it. After when I discovered it, there's not going back. I have to start doing the work, teaching, educating, enlightening, and follow that path. This is what we need to be doing. A lot of Africans, they don't know this knowledge. Then so when you drop this knowledge to them, they don't want to even hear it. They have been far gone, controlled by fear. The fear of going to hell is a major hindrance in people accepting the truth about reality. Oh, I will go to hell, I will burn forever. There's something
but
much more
yeah,
terrible than
uh,
all the pain I am experiencing in this world.
yeah,
This fear, they have been indoctrinated. That's why I always tell people, get your children away from this stuff.
uh,
Children indoctrinated by fear at a very long age, that fear controls them for the lifetime.
yep.
Especially when the fear is passed to them by a close relative, the mother, the father, indoctrinate the children with fear,
I broke out
fear
of
of
that.
going to hell,
I
fear
broke
of
out.
leaving the religion,
I,
fear of being isolated, fear. Many adults, I see many adults today being controlled by that fear and that trauma. It's affecting them from leaving the religion. These people that did this to us, they are psychological experts in human engineering. They know what they did, that the damage they did to us,
yeah,
it will be
exactly.
very hard to undo.
Undo. Yeah,
Now
yeah,
we
yeah,
see
yeah,
our
yeah.
people behaving in a certain way.
Yeah.
They were made this way.
They, they,
Their spirituality have been poisoned.
my mother does.
When you brainwash a human being
My mother
to
that
behave in
threaten
a
us.
certain way,
My mother that
you
threaten
use
us
religion.
the same way like in the Bible. The same how you see the Bible set up and how you say Israel, how they Israel, how they say that God like just threatening you, like if you don't follow me, I'm gonna do you this, or if you don't do this, or you're going to hell. This way, the same way my mother used to threaten us, or well, myself, like, yeah, if you don't follow Jesus, your life ain't gonna be good. That's why your life like that. That's
Exactly.
why you're going through problems. So when you were saying
Mhm.
like it for your whole life, I would have said, boy, like I strong enough, I break free. I really glad today. Really, I really happy to know that I break free out of those shackles and chains mentally,
Exactly.
physically, and spiritually. That they don't have no control over me spiritually. They
Exactly.
don't got no control over me physically and mentally. They don't know already. Mentally, my Ori right here, my Ori with me. It's right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, the ancestors control my like your of us, everything here. Some people like they walking dead, or that's like what you say, like the mind blank, or they can't think, or got a religion. And the religion for real is really actually when you think about it, is really like they designed this thing really top notch. They designed it really
Yes,
really
to
good.
really exclude the generations
Really good.
of humanity.
Yeah, really
They
good.
did a very good job with the
Yeah, I tell you.
religion.
Yeah, I tell you.
Because we are still seeing the effect affecting our people today. Yes.
Even
So
right now,
our work is cut out for us.
even right now, how they watching the war and how people talking like how what are the ideology they pushing within the US military. Like I mean, if you hear what these things these people talking, you see these days is what going on with America. America making itself like it's like a circus. It's like the type of things were going on. Palm Sunday, you got like this Pete Hexet dude they in church. I don't understand what these people do with Bible in their hand and the thing. That's why you can't associate with our religion. I would never associate with our religion. Never. Because religion is showing you
No,
again the type of people who indulge in this religion. It's just evil men. The same. This you go in the Bible, you see they talk about evil men, but this self is an evil man. Who's the evil man? A poor man in Africa
very
walking.
evil man.
A poor man in Africa walking is an evil man. A poor woman now, what got two children, this thing and nothing is a evil woman. Think of, like let me put that for shame.
That's what
Is
we see.
yeah? Is this self they talking about her? Yeah, though? They talking about
Poverty
this
is a
self?
disease.
Yeah,
Poverty of the soul.
yeah.
Yes, a poor man is that no capacity. You cannot fight for your rights. You cannot defend yourself. You cannot be able to have an integrity. How can a poor man have integrity? It's something like when you have somebody have never eaten, is looking for food, is easily swayed, is easily manipulated,
That's for
easily
real.
controlled.
For real.
This is what our politicians is using against us today because they know a lot of the population are poor. Any little thing they bring bag of rice, share rice to them, and you solve the problem.
Because
Share
yeah,
rice
yeah,
to
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's another form of slavery too. It's another form of slavery. They got people in
Slavery.
a low state of liberty. Yeah, like right what you say, for real, for real, for real. But America self these days, even a war where they start, they think they would have started a war. And that war didn't start just like that. Israel again, Netanyahu.
Israel started it,
Yeah,
forcing America into the war.
it's Israel. No, and
Mhm.
listen, they have out here in the world stage. Nobody don't really like this guy. Like it's this Netanyahu. Now. Nobody don't like him. Everybody talking a kind of
Mhm.
way. Right now, what Trump do with him? Trump do like Trump what Trump do with him now? Trump try to show everybody well. He's my friend. That's my boy. Man, he good now. We good. So I just have to be good with him. That's what Trump showed them
Mhm.
all the world leaders and this and that. That's what Trump showed them. Like, yo, me and he really good. You see how they call each other? He they call him BB. Trump does call him BB. He got a nickname for Trump like this, Banners. Yeah, one talking when I reach by Magolago, the first thing he tell me is about, hey, BB, we gotta stop them now. We gotta take all the nuclear weapon. This is Banners. We talking bodies. So now he ain't start no war. It's Netanyahu with his own pushing own ideology, his Zionist ideology,
Exactly.
right? I know this is where we is now today. Now, all like today, you seen the big news what Trump doing today. These days he's frustrated. Today, you know he do today this morning. He calling out, he's saying that he's tapping out the NATO.
Can you imagine?
He get
He cannot. I don't think NATO is going to support him in this war. NATO countries they are wise, and
no,
people have now seen that it's like it's Israel that is controlling America. It's not the other way around.
yes,
Israel is
yes,
controlling America
yes. You know
now.
all to the news we know up here right now. We know the news self they controlling. You know that Israel. The news self they controlling everything.
Can you
They
imagine?
at certain places in Europe, there some place like you know which places really what I love in Europe? Spain. They got like Spain, the Spanish people they're standing up. Don't land here. They close the airspace on the map. It's red. You can go look at it on the internet. They tell him straight up, don't land here. Not nobody don't come here. If anybody do come here, it's at our own risk. We don't want to be involved with you. We don't want nothing with this war. And they have the whole place in red. They can't fly over no American planes, no military planes, nothing. Spain, right? They got some other countries, they ain't saying nothing. Germany just saying that, hey, I, the German people say we ain't sleeping over this. The man in
Mm-hmm.
England come out yesterday and say, listen, I'm gonna say it again. We are not getting dragged into this war. Please leave us
Mm-hmm.
alone. Diplomatic. He just he showing diplomacy. But Trump done say today he coming out of NATO. Other news he was doing today, he was also in the courts. He was in the courthouse by they had a case calling, and for some reason they say it's a historic day. I don't know what historic it is. That Trump was there because Trump was there. It's going about it's going about the court case going about that if somebody is born in America, if they will get the citizenship, like if you'll get the citizenship immediately. That's like a normal thing, right? But they have no some kind of court case or whatever going on about
Yes,
this.
birthright citizenship. Trump wants to take it out, wants to stop it. That
Well,
it
he
cannot
was there
happen.
today. That happened
Yeah,
today. He was there today. I see this a while ago, right before I was shocked. This same dude, his father, his grandfather, all of them, they himself come from America.
yeah, immigrants. He's an immigrant too. Even his wife is an immigrant.
Yeah, bro.
Uh,
I mean,
can you
come on,
imagine?
Alpha. Where let's do a circle show. Where we really where you going with this?
I
First,
wonder.
2 weeks ago or a week ago, I made a shot about it. I had it on my page, I had it on my channel. All the man I go and work, I hear in the news that the guy come on the news, all the man is saying yes, and we're going to put a statue of Christopher Columbus in front of White House.
Can you imagine?
Around here, he's well around the White House, he's highly honored. Boy, I even reached work 10 minutes later that day. I had to stop at the gas station. I remember that morning good. I say, what?
He
No,
wants to promote racism.
no, 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 no. This is what you've been talking about. This is what I'll be saying now. The things you just be talking about, this is prophetic. You've been talking about these things. This is white supremacy. This is no hiding no more. Mask
Yeah,
off. This is who we be. You've been speaking about these things. You could go back on your page and find videos where you've been speaking and touching on these topics like, hey, this is what going on, Like I open up our eyes. And it's now this thing coming out like like just like coming like a movie. It's just happening. It's just coming out. Like what? It ain't no more
they have
holding
been
back.
doing it secretly.
No,
And
no.
right now, according to Trump, we think that this is his time to rise. This is the time to the so-called slogan, "Make America Great Again." This is really the undertone of the slogan is to restore racism, restore segregation, make America white for only white people. This is what he means by that. So when he was saying "Make America," I was just laughing, looking at the Mexican people that were supporting him, Mexican for Trump, Hispanic for Trump, supporting him. Oh, we think we're okay with him. At the end, what did he do?
Yeah.
The
Backstab them.
mass deportation. Make America great again does not includes you as a Hispanic, does not include you as a
Yeah.
Mexican person. It's for only white races.
Yeah.
What did he do? He pushed all those people out. Then he said he was trying to help white South Africans. He brought in about 3,500 white South Africans, claiming that the people were persecuted in South Africa, which is a lie. I learned that over 1,000 of the white South Africans have gone back to South Africa, claiming that they cannot stay in America, that America is a racist country, America is very expensive. More than almost half of them have gone back willingly to South Africa, where he claimed that they are being genocided. People that he brought in with his friend Elon Musk, that they are oppressing them, they want to kill all the white people in South Africa. The people went back again to South Africa that they don't like America. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? His aim is to whiten the
Yeah.
population. The racist people, they feel that a lot of foreigners coming to America will not make them, that's how would they call it, whiteness is disappearing. So if they can deport as much foreigners as possible and lie, they will preserve their whiteness. They don't know that whiteness is dying out. Many
Yeah.
of them can't even stand in the sun. For white people to survive, many of them, their genes are recessive. They need to even get, if they are wise, they should get married to people that are from the uh, that have a lot of melanin in them, so that their children can even survive into the next generation. They don't know all these things. They are chasing white people and black people, chasing every foreigner from America. Make
Yeah.
America great again is a racist slogan. And it's exactly what he wants to restore America to the days of Jim Crow, to the
Yeah.
days of segregation, to the prayer days of Martin Luther King. He wants to see black people permanently under class.
For real.
This is what Donald Trump means by
For
make
real.
America great again.
For real.
If you cannot see, many people cannot see this. I don't know. I see a lot of people supporting him. I said, this man is a racist man and he's not hiding it. Look at all his policies. Birthright, citizenship by birthright, you want to stop it. It will get to the point whereby if you're not white, you cannot even get visa to America. And this is what is happening. In Nigeria now, you want to go to America, you have to drop $15,000 as a bond. And you will only be given 3 months visa. I was laughing. I said, most of our politicians have houses in America. How can they stay in those houses now that Donald Trump, you buy a house, you steal my African money, you put in America. Now you cannot go there anymore to enjoy your money. Are you wise now? You have to sell this property and bring the money back to Africa. Many things he did. If our politicians want to give, their family want to give birth, when the woman is pregnant, he send it to America to give birth and born and become American citizen. He wants to stop all those. I say, okay, you do your racist thing. It will still be a plus to us in Africa in a way. If you love yourself, racism cannot affect you in a way that it was supposed to affect you. If you say, okay, I'm living in America, this man is racing me out, I have to go back to Africa and start something. I don't have peace. I've seen many African people say, okay, we live in America now, we have to come back to build Africa.
Of
you
course.
build Africa, thank God we have somewhere you come from. And what he's doing to a lot of Africans are saying, oh, I've just get enough money, I'm coming back to build the motherland. So whatever he's doing with racism, we will survive. I have a very good friend, one of our person here, he was deported from America. I've been in America for 20 years. He was still deported back to Jamaica. After being 20 years, have complained that is worth more than $400,000. Donald Trump still deports that kind of person that have a fledgling business in America. He didn't go there as he's actually adding to contributing to the economy of America. I still deporting that saying he's not a citizen. We have people that even serve in American military, went to war, they trained, they are Marines. Trump deports them, didn't even give them citizenship. Trump is deporting people that serve in American military. This is how far his racism goes. Can you imagine? The stories I had there. People serve, he said that why did they go? They have not gotten citizenship. Why did they vote? These people, they haven't voted in America.
Yeah.
Have family, they're married, they're settled. He deported them. Can you imagine how deep the racism of this man runs?
Yeah.
So many things he's doing, he's just doing it from a point of hate.
Yeah.
When I see him, I see that hate in him. He tried to cover it. I said, this guy have a certain level of hate. According to some white people, he's doing what's the will of what most white people want to do in America. Trump does not hide his own. He's doing it openly. They say this is a decision. This is what have been in the mind of a lot of white people, a lot of white races in America. They hate black people. They hate other races, but they are doing it codedly, superstitiously, so you don't know this. But Trump is doing it openly.
Openly, yeah.
Openly. I say, well, if he wants to be racist, he can be racist. It's his will. But whatever he did, we will survive. African people have always survived. We survive Arab slave trade, Jim Crow. We survived so many bad things in America. Well, we still survive Trump.
We will still survive, of course.
We cannot end all black people.
For real.
And this thing he's doing is going to expose his mindset to the whole world that this is who Trump is. This is what white supremacy is.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. He ain't doing us nothing.
And this is exactly what the whole world needs. The point of hate. He has always hated Muslims, but he pretends he loves them. He has always hated Iran because Iran is very, very independent. Israel have always hated Iran. It's an Israeli war, toggling America in two. So NATO countries, they see this that it's an Israel war. We don't want to fight for Israel. It's only America that is saying no. They said no. They see it's an Israeli war basically. Donald Trump is fighting it out of hate. President that will take out Iran is impossible. It will not be the president to take out Iran. Iran is not Venezuela.
Yep.
That is fled with corruption. Iran are not these fake Christians.
Yep.
Yes. You think this is Venezuela that is a walk in the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, the half of the population are these fake religious Christians, and you
Yeah.
can just induce them with
Yep.
money, and then we
Yep.
betray their country and just let you walk in and
What?
walk all over you.
Yeah.
Iran may have internal problems with themselves fighting their own, but it's a in-house issue.
Yep. In-house.
Once there's an
Yes.
outside enemy, the whole Iranians, their mentality is to unite and fight the outside enemy.
Yep.
So he thought that it can, because they have internal problems that the youths want to free themselves more from this religion. He thought that maybe he can use that as an advantage that the country is weak. Now the country is proving that we are not weak. We may have our family issues in-house quarrel. It doesn't mean that you can take advantage to come and destroy us. We will not be destroyed. They know America. They know, they have seen America in action, how they destroyed Libya, how they destroyed Syria, they destroyed Iraq. So many countries they have destroyed, Somalia. The Iranians are not going to allow that. They're going to unite and fight, and this is exactly
Mm-hmm.
what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the other countries have looked at, we're not going to be involved in this your war. You started this war, you didn't even consult us. Now you're saying we should come and fight to help you reopen the Strait of Hormuz. This is not
No,
our
but
war.
it's
You
stupidity.
have to fight it by yourself. And
It's stupidity. It's stupidity. It's stupidity. You
let's
can't.
see
You
what he's
can't.
doing. It's a
You
war
can't.
based on hate.
You know what it is? It's just
Yeah.
Western ideology of lies because they like to lie. They like to show themselves as America the Great, America the greatest thing in the
Yes.
world power. Iran is
Exactly.
a good Iran is a good country. Iran, that's what you say. They independent. I said get to learn that how they does not only produce water but they does distribute water to the Middle East. They does take salt water and do something with the salt water, and it is
Mm-hmm.
provide water to the whole Middle East. Not only oil and gas, what it provided to even half of the world. So when you want to talk about Iran, just like what you say, it's an independent state, right? When you're talking about them, they must
Very,
say, well,
very independent.
move over there. Ain't no move over there. It's scientists over there.
No,
It's people with brain over there. People work underground working 24 hour, 27,
exactly.
24/7. So now this is where you're gonna start now. And when they're thinking now about Trump is a puppet. And I can tell you, it's a puppet for Netanyahu, and all they're making
Serious
itself look
puppet.
stupid now.
Serious, very serious one.
Yeah,
So this is the thing that we witness, It's a shame.
yeah,
But
of course.
this is the way he chooses to live his life, and this is his own legacy, according to the gospel of Trump. This is his own gospel is writing every day. So we have no option but to observe, to be looking at what happens, to be seeing how he's behaving. And Israel too, the way Israel is also behaving as well. I'm sure the whole world is watching. And if we have any sensible people, sensible leaders, we should be able to know who are our real friends, who are our enemies, how to align yourself in this world, how to survive in this kind of world right now. Because now the Gulf countries, I believe they are learning a lot of hard lessons, thinking that America can save them from Iran. America is just deceiving them. Iran was not, have never been their enemy. Iran is not thinking of invading anybody. Now we see the people that have this mentality of invading
Mm-hmm.
Israel. Now we see the so-called America cannot even defend the Gulf countries against Iran with all the many military bases. It's just we're just watching all these things. It's funny, actually, but this is the life that we live in now. Such a shame.
Yeah,
So we
for
see
real.
Israel. I don't know the playbook they are going to play, but if African people are wise, this should be the time that you'll be focusing on yourself. Anybody that gave you a religion tells you one thing and they're doing another thing. This should be a wake up call for a lot of Africans. If only our African people will wake up, because all the handwriting is always on the wall. They say, "Show me your friends, I will show you who you are." I don't see the kind of friends somebody wants to have in Israel and America, especially under Donald Trump. The American foreign policy of invading other people's country, and we see where it is going with this kind of behavior. And
Hmm.
of course, person people that call your friend will not see an injustice that was done to you, and we say no, it was not an injustice. And the friend that is saying you think that Israelis they love African people, they don't. They just see African people as people they can make money from.
Yeah,
They have never
exactly.
loved us. When we check history, that we are heavily involved in the transatlantic slave trades. I was even shocked. I never knew that the Jews were so involved in the trade like this. I say, wow, what? These people were heavily, and they know this. And
Mm.
now we see that these people, they are not just they are not our, they have never been our friends.
You know why? That's why they have
Okay.
a place in this world. Just like the Muslims, all of them was involved. Who all was involved? That's why they have a place in this world. That's why all of them does have the little synagogues and getting a little That's why all of them have the place. That's why all of them could come one time in the system, whether Europe, America, wherever, and they could get things quickly rather than a black man.
Can you
You
imagine?
understand? That's how it's said.
Yes.
So this is what we have to fight against,
So
and this is what we're
yeah, this is
battling
what we have
against.
to fight against.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have to find a way to re-educate our people, to talk about the truth, and to show them the truth. Hopefully, people will start waking up to this thing that is happening. That we start waking up, and that we start behaving well by throwing away this fake religion and connecting back to their original organic spiritual systems, connecting back to themselves, and uniting with people of like minds. Because a lot of people in the West, they have seen that the world did not teach them many things, according to what you told me yesterday. That white people are beginning to wake up to see this evil that is going on, and they started to have to teach themselves the truth about connecting to nature, about the source code of life. They're talking
yeah,
about dark matter, melanin in space, and how to live organically and eco-friendly
yeah,
uh, lifestyle, and how to just be breaking away from religion,
yeah,
especially organized religion.
yeah,
So I think it's a time for us to unite, for African people to unite with like-minded people all over the world,
yeah,
people that
exactly,
vibrate with you on the same frequency.
exactly.
This is not just a race thing to say it's for only African thing. African people, we need to connect. What is all about connection? We need to connect with people all over the world. We need to create these bands, this spiritual band that is linking humanity together. This chain. There's a lot of black people that are working against the progress of Africa.
Yeah,
People say, "Oh, do things within your race." We have so many evil men of dogs, that is GOs, that are spreading this religious indoctrination lies. We have many evil politicians, like our president in Nigeria, that is also a terrorist in arms, that does not care about people that are dying every day. All he cares
yeah.
about borrowing money. He's a black man
It's a black man.
doing all
Exactly,
this evil. So it's
exactly.
not a black thing. It's a, if we can connect with other foreigners that have the dream of uplifting Africa, it will help to fight against these evil people as they
I
are
just,
connecting with their evil people, all partners all over the world. We too can connect with the good people, partners too, to fight against this evil or to stand against this evil. Okay,
I
so
just
this
got
is what I
advice
see.
before
Yes.
you go. I just want to say something. A last word. I just got advice when you was talking. The same way how you have white people, Jewish people, Muslim people who came and enslaved us. Like while you was talking, like the spirit came and showed me. It's like I just heard the spirit saying, is the same tools they're gonna use, right? Think about it. That's why my mind opening up to these things. It's the same people who they're going to use to restore this balance again. And what I'm trying to say is, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see is the white people gonna start to revolt. You're gonna see the Muslim people gonna start to revolt. You're gonna see even the Jew gonna start to revolt. You're gonna see all of them gonna start to revolt. All of them gonna start to get problems with itself. And until all the truth gonna start to come out. From Russia gonna start to talk about the truth. This one gonna start to open up the vault. That one gonna start to say, hey, you know that they like to you. This one gonna start to come out. That one go. So at the end of the day now, and most white people at this time, don't forget it's not like the barbaric. Not all white people, especially like I'm talking like where it is in Europe, and especially the women and certain type of people. And some of these people is soft-hearted, you know. Some of these people, if they have to be seeing certain things, if you have to show them not like only information, but if you're showing like the things was it like in your book, cause in your book you had like pictures, so I could have seen like what the old about sharing this was a real person. And if you show them pictures about different things about slavery, especially Jim Crow time and different things what happened to people, pictures,
Yes.
pictures. How I see you, you see me, pictures. I know a lot of these people, they are really, because in their system, right, they don't like crime. They don't like crime. I know where I live and how they talk about crime. They don't like people thieving. They hate when people thieving. All these type of things. So how much things we could bring to them on a cool that, hey, the same way how I don't like thieving, how much thieving are you did by us? How much, look how much things they thief from us. And you could bring so many
Mhm.
things that these people I don't see where the balance gonna get restored because the people themselves, not even the black people, the old people, when the gas price go up or the oil price go up, it only for the black man. They too it going up for. So that's why when the groceries go up for us, it ain't going up only for us, for they too. So that's why I strongly believe that they're going to be like how I say that they're going to be something really important, especially in this time. White people and these different type of races, you're gonna see they're gonna be really important in these years' time. You're gonna have some of them who
Exactly.
is smart with technology, who is smart with a couple of things. That's why I was trying to keep my vibration and frequency high to attract. We don't change, we just attract certain type of people because it's just that when the time comes, it's for the thing on connect. Good people gonna come around. People who sick of the system, but they got intelligence or they wise or they know a lot of things, and different things going to connect and come together. I don't feel that. I have a great feeling of that because people don't like how it is. Nowhere. If you could, you could talk about Africa the whole day, but right now everywhere is the same way. Everywhere is the same way. No, there ain't nowhere you could be. Back before like 10 years, 20 years ago, it could only be like this part of the world, only here things happening. Right now, it's not like that. Everywhere in the world, people feeling something. I don't want to talk about the East, like Asia and Russia, but like in Europe, America, South America, Caribbean, Africa, all over is like a kind of way. And if it's not a kind of way, then you're blessed to know that you're living in a good place. That's what I like. I was telling
Exactly.
somebody, Spain right now. I'm watching Spain because I love how the president down there moving in Spain. In Spain. So that's a place. Hey, I could go live. I could go with my resources and go there. Because at least this president, he's standing on morals.
Exactly. Yes.
He's standing
Yeah, I
on
love what he's
morals.
doing as well. Yeah, so he's starting to stand against America, seeing these things that they are doing, and he
He's
say, "No, we
standing on
can't continue
on
doing this.
morals.
We can't just be following you to do evil across the
Yeah.
world. We have done. We made this mistake with
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein. Now we're not going to make this mistake with Iran. Your wars are not justified. We're not going to be a part of it. America is getting upset. People are trying to stand up against the bully.
Yeah.
Can you
and
imagine?
and it's very smart what only some few is doing. And if again, like just when you say the Pope again, all of this is going on. You didn't hear nothing from the Pope, but last Sunday is the first time he said something. You
Yeah,
were saying that through all of this is going on, he ain't saying nothing. But I just want to say last Sunday was the first Sunday he said something. I just wanted to be honest with you that he said something last Sunday. You know that? For the Palm Sunday.
yeah,
He said something to the Pete headset guy. He told the
yeah.
guy something that he told the guy I tell you this guy is
I
in
don't think
church.
he supported the war as well.
No,
He didn't
no, no,
support
no,
the
no.
war.
The Pete headset guy was in church. He was in church. They're in church for the
Wow,
Palm Sunday. And this guy
wow.
is reading a scripture out of the Bible. And the Pope called him out on the scripture. Tell him stop talking. Like don't use don't use the Bible to justify what you're doing because you got blood dripping on your hand and all kind of thing. The Pope called him out Sunday. Peter said the man in church reading a scripture out of the Bible, and the scripture just talking like it's just about war, like rain, fire, and bullets, and all kind of thing, and the God of Israel, and this and that, and that, and this. And he was in the Pentagon, in the Pentagon, they got church. In the Pentagon, they got church, Palm Sunday. Pete said, he giving a ceremony. These crazy people. So the Pope called him out. The Pope didn't like that. The Pope said, like, yo, that's blaspheming. Don't be using the name. Don't be using the Bible or God name for your war to justify war
Yes,
or justify what you're doing because you got blood dripping on your hands. But right now we gotta laugh as spiritualists. Because as spiritualists, sooner or later, you're gonna see how it's gonna come out. Sooner or later. With all they're doing, sooner or later, it's gonna come out. Sooner or later. Because what are you
yes.
going about? What are you going about? To don't liberate Africa. Last night, they launched something to space. They launched something going to space, saying that, oh, these are four people going, they ain't going to land on the moon, they're going round the moon and come back on Earth.
Uh,
Here now, a space expert. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and the moon is the size of Africa. I had to pause it. Bloop, stop it. I say, you hearing what this thing going about? The
I
moon
saw
is
them.
the moon is the size of Africa. He said he call it nowhere. You could call any continent. You could say the North Pole. Why are you saying Africa? So you understand it? This is for the African people watching this channel. If we
Yeah,
is not understanding what's going on again, we just it's just a fool. It's just a traitor to your own self, right?
yes,
Heaven,
you're right about it.
heaven could never be real. I want just give me a word here on your channel for a minute. Heaven could never be real and it don't exist. Why? On a
No,
Sunday when are you black idiots in church, where the white man is, the white man is not giving seminars about what in space. They're looking 24/7. They out there looking. They're looking. They got all kind of thing. They're looking. They self looking for this heaven, and they're looking for all kind of thing. Because don't forget to know, if they have the other better place, they done gone. Hey, our rich people, let me go. Elon Musk, all are
I
you. Hey,
wonder.
Zuckerberg, all are you. President Donald Trump, everybody gone there. No? We here still, eh? They don't leave us, eh?
They all have left now.
Huh?
Yeah, I
They
think
don't left.
they
They
are
us,
planning
Alpha.
their
They here.
business spaceship they want to
Ah,
go to there.
Alpha, they don't left us and they don't reach to this place. From this place, they will be giving emails or they will be having news from this rich or heaven or wherever to us here on earth, right? It could never be on a Sunday. People in
No,
church and a white man giving seminars, showing. You see the pictures I sent to you. These pictures you can't
mhm.
get nowhere just like that. The man them they have the connection with NASA and different things. They get in real time space pictures, real time events.
They have satellites that they use to very deep
Okay, get
satellites. They can
you
look
understand?
into deep
You
space.
understand? So what they doing on a Sunday? They ain't tying on the white people. They ain't tying on the white people destiny. They ain't tying on the white children destiny. No, 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 no. The white man enlightening, telling
Exactly.
them, hey, listen, we just a civilization, 4 billion stars, showing them, look, out here, no more 9 planets is galaxies upon galaxies upon galaxies. What they tell her is lie. That's what the man they're telling in the seminar. I inside as an usher. It's my work. I'm an usher. I dress nice, standing up behind the bar, bartender, private bar. But when the show going on, I couldn't go inside. The first night, I couldn't take pictures. I was telling you, hey, Chief Everywhere, I would love to take pictures, this, that. I think about you like, hey, but Alpha was talking about this like a year, 2 years ago already, right? Till the Sunday night, I got a chance, got the energies with me, and it's like, this is your chance. Take the pictures now, all of them. And I got all the pictures. What I needed. And you saw the pictures, right? These pictures you just
Yeah.
can't get just anywhere like that. You see what the man been talking about? The man main topic was the black hole. This is not information my own brother talked about.
All
Alpha,
this
Chief
information
Every
you're going to
West
find it
talk
in
about this
African
already.
spirituality.
Huh?
Yeah, you're going to find it in African spirituality
Huh?
already. You don't need to go to. We our ancestors already discovered them a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you
We have the
understand what I'm
knowledge
trying to
here.
say, yo. So you understand what I'm saying? So right now it's just about strategizing and organizing. And what I'm trying to do is more be around the white people. Like today, this afternoon, I have a appointment with this company, with these people what tell me there's like a community, and you know what they call themselves? FTP for the people. I tell you, I'm
Hmm.
laughing. This is white people. You hear what they call themselves? FTP for the people.
Mhm.
We don't do things
Wow.
like the system. We just come together once a week. We have Zoom meeting. We have events together. We just push each other. They have different programs, trading Bitcoin for everybody to be financial free. No, tonight before when you call me, I was on a Zoom meeting watching them, and I tell you what the topic was about there. What they don't teach you in school. Hey, white people
Wow.
talking. The system creates school for you to work, and when you don't work, for you to work for them as a slave. This is white people
Exactly.
talking. More time, even today, I was telling, even today, self, I'm gonna make the girl who I have an appointment with, I'm gonna make her make a shot for me. I was last night, I'm praying it because she's the one who tell me, I like, hey, but you're a Christian or something. Like, how you talking about God like that? And then she who watch me and tell me, the creator is real. Somebody created this. But that man-made religion, I don't believe in it. And she just started
Mm-hmm.
how she was talking. Today when I meet her, I'm gonna say before we have this appointment to talk about what you could offer me or what your businesses do, I want you to make a shot, please, for my channel. Yes. Let it come out a white person mouth. Yes, man. Yes, man. Then I hear people, some people are stupid. When you see some of these people in the churches in Africa, and some of them it's just stupidity. The stupidity is like, you know what it is? The clown show going on. So the clown show can't stop. Nobody don't want to take off the red thing off the nose. So it's like,
Yeah.
just leave the clown show go on until the clown does fall down. That's what it is. That's what it is. But it's
That's
like
what it
really,
is, bro.
yeah.
I'm
It's really,
I'm glad that some white people are waking up to see this. It's about time.
of course.
We have been waiting for them for a very long time to
A
wake up.
very long time. Of course.
Yes,
Of
it
course.
took them. They say better late than never.
Never. Of
So
course.
when they wake up, they will join the struggle. They will join the fight, and we're still here. We'll still be here doing the best we can and moving forward. So
And with a spirituality too, with what we're doing too, and making it cool and everything. That's why I was
yeah,
like, even it was good. And let's put it out there right now. It's good for us to come together. We need to start to come together as a community. Come together. Like if we saying that we are this, then we as a family, we need to come together. We have to be together. And no matter
yes,
if we're the four corners or the altar, whatever, we have to be together, checking up what everybody doing every week, checking up how things going, because we battling.
exactly.
We in war. We battling. We in war and we battling. We fighting. But I know Chief FRS, you're doing your best on that side, and everybody individually have to do their own thing. Nobody can just sit up
Yeah,
and think that you're gonna do everything. Or because
yeah,
we're watching your videos, everything good. No. Really, like when you say couple, I don't hear this like 3 years ago from you. You have to start to physically do the work. Physically now.
exactly.
Start to do the work. Teaching people, teaching the youths, especially the youth, start to teach them the history. That's what I love. All these little stories, it's good stories. All about share. They got a lot of more. Or make me bo. They got a lot of them. A lot of these stories, I
Yes,
got to have to go and sit down and type it on the computer and print them. These is good stories to be telling the young
yes, the
children,
children. Yes,
especially
children
young
of our
boys.
heroes.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Showing them the history. We were warriors. We were what
Mm-hmm.
that the Ola Busheri story hit me so hard. It hit me hard, I tell you. Hard. It hit me so hard that it was like, whoa. I even went on the internet, see and like the face. I like, wait, but this was this
Yes,
pussy was real. This was a pussy
it was
living.
a real. Yeah, that's are the original Black Panthers.
Yeah. So this is not
Yes, they are
already like,
members of the Lupite Society.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know what kind of power we have. I could never trade in that power or trade in that identity for any other identity. No, I'm not doing that. So this is
Yes.
where we is. This is where we is. But we're gonna do the work and we go overcome. We shall overcome.
Exactly.
Shall
Exactly.
overcome.
I agree with
I
that.
shit to that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll end here today. I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. I'm very happy and delighted, and I'm very grateful.
Anytime.
We'll be talking about this from time to time. I'll be watching the events in the world as they unfold and analyzing it from a pure Afrocentric perspective. So it's great and wonderful to talk to you again. I'm
Me
happy
too.
and delighted. Okay, so I want to thank you especially.
Me
To
too,
our
Alpha.
viewers out there, I'm very grateful. And of course, I want to talk about some of my books as you said, those the wormhole, the black hole, those people are talking about. This is where I put in those information. The quantum physics. Many people don't know that quantum physics originates from African spirituality. This is what I've been trying to see on this channel. And quantum physics is that kind of part of science that talks about the smallest indivisible particles of nature. That is the atom structure of the atom.
But
They
let me
say with what is made of the atom,
you
right?
ever what you study what you let me ask you one question. What you study in like university and school? You study anything from like technology or
Not
anything about
the funny thing. Actually, when I was in second, I wanted to study science, but I didn't have that opportunity. I didn't even know about all those things. I studied business administration, linguistics. My MBA is also in business. I did study science in school. I learned all these things from studying African spirituality.
wow.
This is how I know all these things.
Wow.
Studying my own history. When I got into African spirituality, I started studying, practicing, especially Kemet spirituality, Kemetic spiritual system, the deity, Set, Anubis. I started studying our history. It was then that I started understanding more about science. I studied the works of Dr. Gabriel Oyibo. I don't know if you know him. He's the foremost quantum physicist we
In
have in
Nigeria.
Nigeria. He wrote the book on he discovered the gargled grand unified God Almighty theory. He was the one that from his work I was able to tie African spirituality to advanced science. I think he has a YouTube channel, Dr. Gabriel Oyibo. You just Google him, Google gargled. He's a Afro Nigerian guy from Kogi State. His theory of formula of grand God Almighty grand unified theory was able to tie science and spirituality. You will learn a lot of things about the connection between African spirituality and advanced science from his work. He's a very foremost, he's well known, but due to the fact that he promotes African mind and thought, the Western world don't want to give him that platform because it's all about focusing on
And
Africa.
Africa. Yeah. Sure.
A lot of scientific connection. There are a lot of books out there on African spirituality, origin, and history that you can see African spirituality, the use of advanced science in African spirituality, and you can trace it back to Africa. Then the work of Eric Kraft now, you can study his work. It's late now. His book, The Pyramid Matrix, you're going to see direct relationship between African spirituality and science. And a lot of other people, Sheikh Anta Diop, you have to study his work as well. Ivan Setima, you have to study. These are African scholars that have wrote with evidence the origin of certain Western concepts from directly from Africa. You study the works of all these people, your brain will open to see that connection. So that is what I was able to. I learned a lot of things from this guy. I learned by studying about the various temples in Kemet, especially Temple of Karnak, Temple of Dendera. You will discover that the way these temples were designed, they were designed like a circuit board. They were designed as a station for connecting with the celestial bodies in outer space. Have you heard of the Orion constellation theory? These temples were not just built like they were built with what we call sacred geometry.
Mm.
Sacred geometry is geometry whereby you can build an architectural form as a kind of circuit board to connect, to transmit and receive energies from other stations across the globe. This thing we are talking about deep space, so it is very real. Our ancestors have
Yeah.
been there before. It's not the first time people are going to space, and they understand that they can do so many things with this technology. The pyramid, that point, the Great Pyramid was built. It's the central point of the earth, and it's built as a generator for attracting energies and for also creating its own energy to power systems. So it's not an ordinary building that they built there. We have advanced technology in Africa. It's not today. If you go into research, we find that this so-called electricity originated in Africa. All this, the atomic structure, Pythagorean theory, the pi, all these right angle triangle, all these advanced mathematical formulas, we have already known it here in Africa, and
In
we study it
Africa,
and we
yeah.
teach it in the Western world. So going back in time, studying this stuff is like time traveling for me. I was able to bring out this, trace the origin of all this concept back to Africa, show you exactly where it was gotten from. That is what I put in this quantum physics and African spirituality. The atom, we know it as atom in an ancient Kemet already. It's not something new that anybody, we taught them about the atom. We discovered the atom here in Africa. So
Yeah.
I traced all the origin and I brought the evidence here about the black hole, the wormhole. This thing they call dark matter conscious is a melanin. The same melanin that is inside our body, melanin in space, where they study dark matter. They are still studying the same melanin, the building block of, of, of the world of humans, of carbon. And the chemical composition for melanin is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. We already know this in Africa thousands of years back. It's nothing
And
new
that's
to
a
us.
and that's a composition
So
for make up a black person. That will make us up.
exactly. Negative space, we already know it. The distance of the light, the speed of light is the same square meter of the Great Pyramid. So our people already know all these things back then. How did they know all this? This is the question. How did they have this advanced technology back then?
Knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. For
This
real.
is the thing the Western world is hiding. And the alien, it's a lie that the aliens build it. We don't have the brain capacity to build this stuff. But that is not the truth. People, we have very intelligent people in Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our people, if given the opportunity, we are going to, the sky is the stepping stone. So they're hiding all these things for us because they don't want us to tap into it. At the same time, many of them cannot fully understand it because they are not from Africa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even with the little knowledge that I have from studying African history, I was able to write this book
Book.
and show the
Master.
evidence. And not only that, I still went further and write this one again. I have never
Plasma
been to any
physics.
of their lab. I have never been to any physics university. But from studying my own African history, I was able to bring these two exactly where they got the information from, especially this plasma physics. We don't have any plasma physics, any quantum physics university in Nigeria. I've never been to any of them. But by
Yeah.
studying my own history, I was able to bring it. I will show you exactly what they got, how they got this technology, how they got this knowledge, where they got it from, and what they are
Mm.
currently doing with it right inside their secret labs in in Europe and all over the world. So there's much power in African spirituality that people don't know. So I
Yeah.
was telling my
For
people,
real.
African spirituality is much more bigger than these things we see all these people doing in Africa. It's much more bigger than that. There's a lot of scientific study here. People are just abusing it, commonizing it. They don't know the power that is inside. But when you
Inside of
bring the
it.
connection, you read it, you will know. Like those
Mm.
your people now that you're talking about, I'm sure that we're interested to read like these two books. They are going to take
Of
it
course.
very, they're even going to be shocked
Of
that,
course.
whoa, this stuff is what we, the same thing we studying, we talked with somebody know it here. How did he get his hand into this stuff? And if you tell them, I got it from studying by African Spirit, they'll be shocked. They'll say you are lying. It's impossible.
But do you know that the
Normally, you need to
Sunday,
have like a
the sun,
degree to write this stuff, right?
the
Master's
sun,
degree or B.
the Sunday when the seminar was finished, the Sunday when it finished, 11 o'clock in the night, I came outside, like I was just like doing some stuff, moving like the drinks and thing from the bar and stuff. So when I came outside, finished work, and I was leaving, they had some people still from the seminar outside in the front going to their car. So I was walking with my colleagues. So I like passed like friendly, like asked them like, no, so how it was? Did you enjoy the show? They was like, nah, man, that's a boring fellow. That guy is boring, real. So boring. I started to laugh. They told some people, made I asked them how it was. They said it was boring. The guy himself, the professor, was boring. I said, no, the information is not boring. The person who was bringing the information, he don't
Was
have the
boring.
energy. It's not his information. So that's why it was boring. The person like watched me like in a way like I like, yes, if it was a different person, then you'd have loved the information. It's really good information. Yes. So that just to sum it up for you again.
So there are some people who was there, they didn't like the energy, or it's like some people would find it like, hey, I can't understand this, or because again,
You
again,
see, that was one thing about this subject. Anytime why I decided to write this book on especially this quantum physics, when I was studying the quantum physics the first time, people, most of the books you see there, I will have to say this, the books they are quite boring, to be honest. They make it look like it's very complicated, that only a genius can understand it.
yeah,
This is the problem I had with the subject. I said, why is this like this? This thing, I see a lot of connection with what these people are saying with African spirituality. It's not supposed to be that boring. But the way they write it, they want to write it like they want to, hello? They write it in a way that they want to give the impression that they are very intelligent people, like that they are geniuses,
yeah,
that only a genius can know that this is what is keeping away people away from this subject. When you most of the books is filled with so much technical terms that are totally out of this world. You don't know where to go, where to start from. You hear word of quantum mechanics, or you be hear word of particle acceleration. You'll be hearing different kind of words that you look at. I don't have time for this. This is what you will tell yourself. Or I don't see how I can apply this to real life situation. How can this affect my life? Or I will need a lot of money or time and energy to study this subject. They make it boring. I don't know how they,
boring.
but in this my own, I didn't make it. It's not boring because I show
Nah,
you real life instances so
yes,
that you will see the importance and the benefit that's easy for you to flow with it
yes,
by showing you the uh, the object or the phenomenon in real time. Like we'll
mm,
talk about negative space, I relate it to the evil forest. We also have humans filled with negative energy. We see them every day in the world. Somebody like Donald Trump, of course, you know that is filled with negative energy. A lot of these bad people doing evil things is the negative energy that is inside them.
them, exactly, exactly,
Yes, they have it in
yes,
people. Some people have this inside them. When they
yes,
come close to you, a lot of things go wrong. They are filled with
yes,
negative energy. So we
gee,
are looking for negative energy in space. It is in human beings. Look
yes,
at them. You will see. I don't need a rocket scientist to explain that somebody have negative energy in them, causing them to do evil, to cause abomination. Somebody like Charles Manson, somebody like all these psycho killers that are serial killers. The
uh,
negative energy is already
is,
inside them.
yeah, yes,
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 it's
yes,
them.
yes,
So we have all these things. We need to relate it to real life situation that people can identify with. Then we'll talk about time travel, space travel. What are we doing with the space travel now? We have so many private companies going into space. What is inside that space that they are looking for?
oh, exactly,
Why are they too much interested in going there? And how
yes,
do they get there? They need to tap into plasma physics. What is in plasma physics? Plasma physics is the physics that will give us that power to generate unlimited energy, free energy. This is not the first time we have this plasma energy in the world. Our sun is a plasma generator
mm,
already. We can
mm,
see plasma in different parts of nature. We can see it in water. We can see it in air. We even use it to do stuff. We have plasma in our computers. It's
yes,
light energy. How
yes,
energy you can get from light, you can use it to transfer and transmit messages through light frequencies. We are going to that way now. This plasma physics is what will lead to in the future to teleportation. In the futuristic space movies where they have this kind of jet engines that does not need refueling. Already, Russia is now building the first
mm,
plasma rocket that we'll be using to go to space. It will be generating like a fusion, plasma fusion energy battery that will be generating its own energy. You can just use it to travel unlimited distances because you don't need fueling. This is where we are going with plasma physics. So
mm,
you can apply it in real life. So the knowledge
wow,
has always been in Africa here, but due to colonization, they are hiding it from us, secretly developing it for themselves. And with time, this knowledge I'm talking about is going to become so widespread. Same way we have cell phone, everybody have a cell phone now. It's
yeah,
going to become common in the future. Africans will be traveling outside the continent. Not only Africans, the whole world will be traveling to outer space like it's just like going to spend weekend in Paris or UK. It will be like that in the future. and plasma physics will take us there. So we need to start studying this stuff now. Anybody that's going into quantum physics must also come into plasma. It's like naturally moving. You must move from the physical to the spiritual, to the things you can see with the naked eye, to the things you can't see with the naked eye. This is the way we study spirituality. We start from the known to the unknown. When you're doing advanced mathematics, that will give you a value, they'll say solve for X. You will use the known value to solve for the unknown value. This is the way we solve this mathematics. So all those things we learn in school, further maths, and all those calculations, we are going to use it, all those Pythagorean theory and the rest. We will use them to study, to practice all these things. And all these concepts we have in African spirituality here. So we have to keep studying. We need to find the way of making the subject not so boring for people. That is the key. Make it easy for people to understand. Make it cool for people to understand. So that is what I've been able to do here with this book. When you're reading my book, it's not that boring like the way other people's books are boring.
No.
Yeah.
No. Powerful. Powerful.
You
Yes,
have
man.
to make it easy for people to understand. Yes. So that is the thing. So this part of the work is to explain it for people, make it easier for them to understand, to teach people, educate and enlighten. So this is the thing we'll be doing. Hopefully the knowledge will be widespread, and anybody that want to understand it, to use it to advance further, they already have a platform. They can add more things to it. They can develop it, do more research to discover new things. This is how we grow as people. We grow. We learn from the foundation that others have created. We modernize the information, and we run with it. So this is those things. So okay. So I think we should stop here for today.
Yeah.
And we should do this another time. So I thank you for coming. Very delighted. For those people that have been watching us, I wish you a very wonderful day. And if you want to know about this subject, quantum physics, plasma physics, you can get these books from me. Then Ancient Sacred Ruben Spirituality. This one is African spirituality for African people that is not diluted by Christianity or any kind of Western inputs. This is pure Africa, authentic African spirituality. You can also get this one. Then if people want to know about African deities, this one will connect them with some major principles of African spirituality, principle of decision making, of death, transformation, and destruction. And all these principles are part of nature, by the way. They are not good, they are not evil, they are just there. We need to learn how to live with them. So this book will help them to connect. Then if they want to learn about African spirituality, I also have a 6 months program where I teach it. Then also to my friend Ruben Farley, I want you to talk about your Ocean of Truth channel that you just started. So people should know about the channel as well. And what you are doing on the channel.
Yeah, my Ocean of Truth channel, with your host Rabeno. Yeah, that's the same. Nothing like let me say what we're doing on the Ocean of Truth is just the bringing the truth to the many misconceptions out there, and just being a piece over here in Europe, being a showcase for Africa, showcasing our Africa great achievements, showcasing our great African tradition, showcasing our great Africa tribes, just highlighting and showcasing who we be, our cultural traditions, showcasing it and debunking all the many lies they have. That's why my channel called Ocean of Truth, because the ocean compasses the whole earth, like it got more water than land. So the ocean of truth, the truth compasses all lies. So my channel is to debunk all lies. And we're talking from cultural
Okay.
to relate to spiritual, to historical, to lifestyle, to different topics on my channel. So that's what we're doing, from shots to posts, time to time, different events, different settings, traveling, and just showcasing once more again, like what I've said, like
No
what I already
problem.
said,
That is nice.
African, our cultural traditions. That's what we're doing on Ocean of Truth. So tune in, like and share, subscribe, hit the like button, share your comment, because I like to hear the other people comment. Always list where you're living, where you're staying, where you're at, and keep it civilized. And together we grow. United we stand, divided we fall. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll
Okay
be
then.
seeing you in the next video. So
Okay
take
then.
care. Have a great
Bye.
day and peace. Okay.
Peace.
One love.